Hello, happy Thursday to us. Thank you for joining me if you are live. Excuse the. Here we go. Uh-oh, where'd it go? All right. Oops, sorry. Expand video. Alrighty, hello everybody. Happy Thursday to us. Welcome back to Tasha's Thursday Tea Talks. This is the last one here that will be live on this channel. I am moving over to YouTube and I would love for you to join me there, where you'll have more educational videos like this, more community talks, and I already have wonderful playlists put together that are cooking classes, that are movement classes, anything that's functional movement, as in my Rise and Root Yoga is there, and also other things that I've done throughout my 14 years of being a holistic health professional. So you can catch all that out, and there'll be more things there. But enough about that. I want to welcome you to this last Thursday Tea Talk, and it is all about my friends Nettle, Stinging, and Dead Purple, which you already probably see in your yard, and then also Oat Straw, the continuation of that Viva Strana straw. And so with today's talk, I wanted to show you a couple things. I will be navigating my Chromebook around, so if I get a little bit like loopy or something, I apologize for that. I will be moving, so I just want to give you a heads up. And as always, this video, the purpose of this is for education. I am nowhere in authority to tell you to take these and use these as medicine or anything of that. Your body is your body. You have control over that. This is all for health education and showing you different ways to be in nature and how nature can support us as beings as we are. So a little bit about today. We're not ending, we're moving to YouTube. And so I will put the link in the comments after this. But one of the things I have is I actually have purple dead nettle, and I'm going to show everybody what that is. So there's stinging nettle, as you can see, and then there's purple dead nettle. And this is the ones that has it's beautiful. It's very soft. We can use this still. It has good medicinal purposes. But what we want to do is we want to take the tops of it actually, and we want to take the tops and dry the tops off. And so what we can do is I'm going to take the tops, flowers and all, I'm going to give them a good rinse. And then I'm going to just lightly have them in my teapot, and I'm going to have that as a tea later today. Now, stinging nettles, purple nettle, what is the difference? Purple nettle it supports inflammation mildly. It's really good right now in the season of allergies. So it's going to support those who Mother Nature maybe not too kind to. But again, everything has a purpose. So if there's always a cure with the thing that's making you sick, right? So nettle's one of those things that is circling around you if the trees and the pollination from the flowers and the bark and everything out that is upsetting your histamine levels, which is causing inflammation. So we have to remember, inflammation is the body's response to protecting itself. We talked about that last week as its shield, so to speak. So that's the body's first response. Okay, I'm under attack. I'm going to put my shield on, inflammation. And so that's what's happening with allergies. Your body the levels of histamine are rising, so inflammation is rising as well. So some of the things that you can do is take some of these herbs to support that. And so the tops, again, for the stinging nettle can be used as a tea. We want to do the tops and the leaves, flower and all. Give that a good rinse, get the little bugs out and everything. And then the other thing we want to make sure is it's very light. It's still supportive, like its counterpart, stinging nettle, but it's very light in all of these constitutions. So it's light in the inflammation. It reduces it, but mildly. It also helps with your allergies. Again, it supports bringing levels down, reducing the inflammation through the body, but it's mildly. And then we can use this. And sometimes too, stinging nettle may be too strong to start with certain people. Maybe you want to start lightly and easily with the purple dead nettle. So if you do have this in your yard, especially if you don't have any If you are a person that does not spray anything on your yard, any chemicals or anything, you let it grow, you let it uproot naturally in its environment, and we don't wreck it, we don't harm it, then you can rinse this off and you can boil this down and you can and drink on this as well, if you would like to. You can see a lot of bees around it, like honeybees I see, bumblebees I'm seeing around it as well. It's very decorative in the yard. It's super pretty. It doesn't really have like, it's very green. It's very spring, you know? So it jumps at you, but it's light again, which is very nice. And so that is our purple dead nettle. Now, stinging nettle, on the other hand, I don't have stinging nettle in its natural state. I just have it dry. I have a little bit here. I just got my bags are coming today, so I'm filling up all my jars today. Yes. And so now stinging nettle is bigger in leaves, and it will sting you when you touch it. And so I don't think I have that here, but I do want to grow it here. In the zone I'm in, I can grow that. Some of the properties for stinging nettle, so stinging nettle will be the opposite. It'll be much more stronger. Stinging nettle is Mother Nature's multivitamin, and so she supports the minerals. So we deplete our minerals daily when we're sweating. Our body is, our minerals help with digestion and support of that. Minerals, our skin needs minerals. So you can tell if your body is depleted. Our body gives us signs. Our body gives us symptoms. Some of the signs are going to come through the skin. So if you are not a person that's prone to acne, but you start developing acne or rashes or something, there's something going on there. Definitely want to check that. Stinging nettle also supports skin and hair, again, because of the mineral complex it has. It also gives us energy, and it is a wonderful blood builder. So for people like me who are anemic and I have sickle cell trait, I do have nettle in my diet. Whether it's tea, whether it's tincture, whether it's a pesto food, it's in my diet. It's part of my nutritional plan because of that, what I have. I'm anemic, I have low iron deficiency, I have sickle cell trait. So nettle she helps me a lot. She gives me that nutrient boost that I need. She also it helps with allergies, it's a natural antihistamine. So remember, if we have inflammation and we have histamine levels, we want to do everything that's that prevents it, that helps reduce it, that helps get rid of it. So this can help with that. It's an anti means reducing. We have a lot of oxidative stress, which causes inflammation. So we want to do a lot of things that are preventable and reducing the inflammation, and also things that help support the body. So we want to do things. So when you are harvesting nettle, and I haven't had a chance to do that yet, I want to do that. So hopefully I can find an apothecary or a garden. If anybody knows of anything local to where I am, please let me know. Put it in the comments. I would love to come and see your garden, your herbal garden. I would love to see your botanicals, and I would love to harvest some nettle too, because I've only gotten it dried, a stinging nettle that is. And so the other thing is, when you are harvesting it, and those who already do that, they know that they wear gloves because it will prick you. It's protecting itself. The other thing too is we take the top of the leaves, and then we want to do it in clean areas only. Again, no harmful and pesticides and everything like that too. As a gardener, we want to pull things back and dye it back. We don't want to take it from the root because we want it to keep flourishing and growing and everything. The other thing is oat straw, and we talked about this last week, and I have it here. Again, another one I want to have fresh. So oat straw is a great, and one other thing about stinging nettle is, and I was listening to the Rosalie Herb podcast today with her guests, and they were talking about nettle, and she puts nettle in the guests, she puts nettle in a lot of her blends, and I like to do that too. I have a nutritive blend, I have a nourishing blend, and I like to do that because of its components of minerals, because of its component of so many vitamins and everything as well too, and that's what we need for essential health and for optimal health. So check out stinging nettle. The other thing is oat straw. Oat straw is going to help with our nervous system. So if we're feeling very overstimulated, if we're feeling very just jittery and bouncy and just brain is going everywhere, Oat straw can help with that. And again, that's also rich in minerals. Oat straw can help with our stress. It can help with our sleep, and it can help with our hormones too. So nettle. So what we want to remember is nettle is our builder, and oat straw is our restorer. So we build the body and build everything with nettle, and then to keep everything balanced, we restore, or to keep and bring things back in. If we use it, we put out so much energy, then we can restore it back with oat straw. So when we're looking at a histamine level, because it is allergies, I know there's a lot of things that we can get over the counter, like Claritin and other pills and everything. And if you've been taking those, they're working for you, but there's other things you can do too. You can invite these herbs in to help as well. We know that histamine is a natural defense in our body, and it comes out when it feels under attack. And it's really high in allergy season for those who the environment unfortunately doesn't agree with. So, all the allergy symptoms of elevated sneezing and runny nose and itchy eyes, but we have to remember it's not just about the pollen, but it's also how the body responds to it. And so these are some of the supporting herbs, our lineup, that you can use to help through this season. And so we have nettle. We want to do the stinging nettle, and you can get dry stinging nettle at Frontier Herbs or at Mountain Rose Herbs as well. Oat straw, chamomile, which is wonderful because it's a good digestive, and it helps to break things down. As we get older, we don't absorb a lot of the minerals and a lot of the vitamins and stuff, especially in our small intestine. It's very hard for those also. If you're going through a lot of antibiotics, it's going to be hard on your intestines to absorb everything too. So chamomile is mild, is very nutty, kind of a lemony flavor, and you can do if you want to drink something with your meals, which you want to do room temperature water. We never want to do ice because it dilutes the stomach and it actually robs us of absorbing, because it's competing, because it's cold and our stomach's hot. So we don't want that competition. So you can do chamomile, or you can do peppermint. Peppermint is anti-inflammatory, just like chamomile. Peppermint helps reduce inflammation. It also helps to reduce the histamine. Again, helps to, it's a support. It's like, hey brother, histamine, I'm here to support you. So support this body, let's restore it together. So let's bring it down. And ginger as well. If you don't want to do ginger tea, you can always cook with ginger. Those are other things too. I like to do ginger chew sometimes. Be careful with those because they can be very sugary. But you don't need everything. You can just start with what you have, and maybe just choose 2 herbs to start with and do combinations of them. So one of the things you can do is to build them together. Today I'm going to be building nettle, which is my base, and then I'm going to do oat straw. I do have peppermint, so I'm going to be adding peppermint and some chamomile to it as well, and that's going to be my tea that I'm going to be having through this season. But I'm not a person that has the allergies, but sometimes if it's too high, it does bother me, but otherwise it's fine. But what I wanted to show you is making a little tea base today. So this is where I'm going to move you. I'm going to bring you right over here. Okay. And so if you have any questions, just drop them in. And so I can try my best to answer them as we go along. All right, so what I have today is I have my nettles and I have my oat straw. Okay. I actually got chamomile earlier, but I haven't opened the bag yet. And I make all my tea blends in wooden bowls. Now, why wooden bowls? I do wooden bowls. You can do stainless steel, but I do wooden bowls because herbs have oils, volatile oils. And when we do it in glass, or if we do it in wood, it won't rob it of its volatile oils. You can do it in stainless steel. I know a lot of other herbalists do that, but I just choose this. This is more natural to me, and I like it this way. And my husband gave me these bowls. My husband gave me a bowl, and my son did. So this is what I use. And then what I'm doing is I take for my base, usually about a quarter cup. That's my base. I'm making this in my pint jar. And so my base is a quarter cup, and it's going to be a quarter cup of nettle. Look at that. Excellent. That's exactly what I had left in this jar. So I'm going to pour that. Here is making my blend. Okay. So I'm going to pour that here. And then I'm just using 2 tablespoons of oat straw. Because I want nettles. Nettle's my base. Remember, nettle builds, oat straw restores. And then just go ahead and take my spoon, and we're just mixing that all together. Now, this is just a foundational blend, and if I want to later on, I can add a tablespoon of peppermint. I can add a tablespoon of maybe chamomile, maybe even 2, honestly, because of my digestive system. It doesn't digest very well, so I'm really rebuilding and working on that a lot. Digestion is the breakdown of our foods, and if we don't fully break down our foods, then we can have heartburn and indigestion and a lot of other complications, bloating, gas, all those things. So if you are a person that has bloating, gas, and you go through different elements of constipation and diarrhea, your digestion is talking to you. So you need to fine tune that. And spring is a good time to do that. And so that is my mixture. And now what I do is I just pour it into one of our pint glasses here. This is my mason jar. I have smaller ones as well. I'm just going to use this one today. I'll pour that in there. And whenever I do blends, I always wear gloves, especially when I'm doing personal blends. This is mine, so I'm going to use my hands. Alright, and that's it. It's very simple. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take my blend, I'm going to take about a tablespoon of that, maybe 2. I'm going to take 2 tablespoons. And I have my teapot here. And I'm going to go ahead and scoop 2 of these. And nettle and oat straw, especially oat straw. Oat straw, the longer we steep it, the more nutrients open up and come through. So I'm actually going to steep this for probably half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour. Cute little tea mug. You hear my chicks? Yes, I have chicks here. I got this cute little tea mug at Aldi last year, and my husband installed a hot water spout for us years ago because I love tea. Because I used to have the kettle. Remember the kettles, the whistle? I missed that. But anyway, so I'm going to let this tea for about 20 minutes, and then that'll be my tea for the day. The other thing you can do too is you can take your tea blend that you've made, and you can do the overnight infusion, and you can sip that. Again, nettles has a lot of electrolyte components, you know, so if you're not a person that you're trying to get away from dyes and artificial flavors and sweeteners and sugars, and you want to do for electrolytes, especially in the spring and summer season, nettle's good for that. Hibiscus is good for that as well too. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining. I hope you've enjoyed these tea conversations. Remember, this isn't the end. We are moving over to YouTube. So I will put the link. You can subscribe there. Until then, continue to take care of yourselves. Listen to your body. And, you know, don't ignore things, but really listen deep in there. Sit with it. Let it talk to you. Talk back. Make it together. But thank you so much for joining, and continue to thrive and stay nourished. Bye, guys.